I didn't plan on making this recipe video at all, but the person who I buy my seafood from posted a picture of these beautiful looking squids, medium size and baby size, and all of a sudden it hit me like a freight train. I just started craving a really good squid adobo, and I hadn't made one in a long time, but I had a recipe that I knew I really wanted to share and that's really delicious. So today I'm gonna show you how to make that, and trust me, when you try this, you'll never go back. We've all had rubbery, elasticy, chewy squid dishes, and that's why I think a lot of people tend not to cook squid at home or fish because they think it's too technical and they don't want to mess it up. But cooking with squid is actually really easy. Today I have a beautiful selection of small size baby and medium sized squid. That's perfect for this dish, where you can either cook it really quickly or you can cook it down for about 20 to 30 minutes and still have something that's quite soft. I prefer cooking it slightly longer because I really want that intense, gluey, thick, black kind of squid ink sauce. For me, that makes a huge difference in terms of the flavor of the dish. If you have a big squid, honestly, I always recommend for big squid to just slice them up, cook them on the grill for about 2 minutes, and you should have something that's good to go. Maybe build the sauce beside it and then combine the grilled squid and then the made sauce. I wouldn't stew large squid because I feel like it would just get rubbery. So for today's recipe, try to find something nice and small. This is not a complicated recipe, that's why I'm doing it just over here at home. There are a couple things that I'm doing that are not necessarily traditional. I think the main one is I'm using a can of crushed tomatoes just because I like the acidity that they have, and I like the sweetness that they have, and I really think it'll work really well for the dish.
The first thing we want to do is clean our squid. The little ones are a little tedious to clean, but the process is pretty much the same, regardless of the size. We're going to separate the head from the body, pull out the mouth and everything that comes out with it. Then clean out the body of the guts and remove the backbone. You'll stumble on these small little ink sacs, so this is really important to set aside. If you burst one of them, you'll see that automatically this is the squid ink. That is just so potent. So make sure to keep them on the side, and then eventually we can mash them out to draw out all the squid ink that's in there. I've always said that food is one of the best ways to express to someone how much you care about them. There are dishes that do that better than others, and this is one of them. It took me a good 30 minutes just to clean the squid. So next time someone offers you a bowl, savor every bite. This is approximately 1.2 kilograms of cleaned squid. Next, we'll need 2 red onions, 6 cloves of garlic, 2 lemongrass stalks. Get some olive oil hot in a pan and fry off your garlic for 1 minute before throwing in your onions, then your lemongrass. Once you start seeing just a little bit of color, deglaze the pan with 1/3 cup of good quality cane vinegar and 1/3 of a cup of water. Let that simmer for 2 minutes before adding your squid, juices, and all. Bring this to a simmer and cook down for about 10 minutes. Now you'll see as you cook this down, it's going to release more and more liquid. Add in 1/3 cup of crushed or whole peeled tomatoes that you can crush yourself. Season this with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a pinch of salt, and some black pepper. Simmer this for a further 10 minutes. Notice how the squid here still looks kind of like purpley and pale. We're basically waiting to change that completely, so we're waiting for it to darken and for the sauce to cling a little more to the squid. Mix about 2 teaspoons of your squid ink with 2 tablespoons of your cooking liquid. You'll know it's ready when it starts looking like this, almost syrupy in consistency. At this point, you can add your squid ink, and I've always found that this acts kind of like a thickener. I don't know if it's just me, because you usually add it right at the end, and that's when your sauce is almost kind of there and almost ready. But each time I add squid ink, I don't know, I feel like the sauce reacts to it and it does bind a little bit more. Bring this back to simmer, add in your red chilies. I'm using about 4 pieces here for like something that's quite mild. I'm also slicing my green chilies a little bit so that they do give their flavor to the sauce. Simmer this for a further 5 minutes. Slice up some scallions thinly. Add a little bit of crunchy garlic, and you're pretty much good to go.
This looks absolutely amazing. Let's give it a try. Look at that, perfect bite. It's so soft. Oh my God. This is comfort food 101. I didn't have any rice lying around, but I had some adlai. If you haven't heard of adlai, adlai is an endemic grain from the Philippines. You can find it from Bukidnon mostly, and it's absolutely amazing. I can't even tell you how good this is. Like the acidity we get from the little vinegar that we added, plus the acidity and the sweetness from the chopped up tomatoes. It just really comes through so bright. And there's just that hint of brininess from the squid ink and the squid itself. But wow, this is pure flavor. If you guys have been looking for a really good squid adobo recipe, give this a try. It will not disappoint you.